Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing spring. For those of you who are new, a special hello to you. I'm Zach and I use a natural psychic ability to read tarot and to create your oracles. So for this reading, we have 5 piles to choose between. Pile 1 is black, pile 2 is blue, pile 3 is red, pile 4 is white, pile 5 is yellow. So feel free to pause the video to take as long as you need to choose the pile you feel drawn to the most. Once you've made your selection, there are corresponding timestamps there in the description box or the comment section below. Find your corresponding timestamp and I will meet you at your reading. Hello Pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's start off with some tarot. We'll look at perhaps, what's the one major event we seem to want to talk about? What do we want to talk to Pile 1 about for the next 7 days? Is there something coming in? Is there someone coming in? Is there something that they should be worried about? Is there something they should be excited about? What do we want to talk to Pile 1 about? Ooh, okay. So don't lose courage, okay, Pile 1? You have a plan in motion, and sometimes it just takes a little bit of time for that to show results, okay? Yes, I'm sensing perhaps a little impatience or, an imbalance regarding your drive and want to build right now, okay? Curious. 2, 3, and 4. So, I see these are all in reverse too. A little bit of dissatisfaction and not receiving the recognition you deserve in the workplace. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that you're not deserving the recognition because of the work you're doing. It could be because you're simply in the wrong field, okay? I get the idea of wanting to charge ahead at this time, but that's not really what these cards are saying. They're kind of commenting on the fact that we are not a match right now for the future we desire to be in, okay? Now take that as that resonates, but what I see right now is perhaps too much of a measure of trying to charge forward and not really being in the right place to do so. Okay, now another reflection could be that you're not taking action, right, towards this goal, towards this plan of yours. However, what I'm getting is that it's not necessarily you're not taking action in the right field, okay? It feels like there is some sort of misalignment regarding what you desire and where you presently are, and it's like you're trying to make flowers grow in cement, for example, right? That could never really happen. Once in a while you get a weed that comes through the cracks, but you're not going to be able to plant, wildflowers on top of cement, okay? And that's kind of what I'm getting for your dreams. It's like you're trying to allow your dreams to come through and you're, getting a little impatient because you're not seeing them materialize, but it's because I think we're in the wrong arena, okay? Now let's move forward and pull some earth magic. I love to pull from this deck. I think it's really inspiring. So let's see if we can't get 2 cards to help with Pile 1. Maybe this could reveal what Pile 1 really desires. Now, you already know this. I can only confirm it. So let me just try to link up with Pile 1. Everyone who's chosen Pile 1. What could we advise them? Fire, passion, yeah. Ask yourself right now, the very first question, are you passionate about what you're doing? If you are, you could be going too hard at this time and you need to have a little bit more patience. If you do not have passion in the workplace and you're not, feeling inspired, uplifted, or especially fulfilled or satisfied with the work that you're doing, the project you're building, the mountain you're climbing, it's really necessary to figure out where that is, okay? And if you'd like to book a life purpose reading, you can follow the link in my description box or email me. I have my email listed on this YouTube channel. But I'm seeing you breathe fire across all of these cards, right? I want you to take a huge breath and just ignite them, because I'm getting that it's like stale energy and we really want to get rid of it because it's not a match for the future you desire, okay? Fire is really transformational, okay? And I feel like you are like this phoenix about to rise from the ashes. Okay, ocean with ebb and flow, very curious, kind of very, very opposite energy. It's like this entire tidal wave would blow out that passion, okay? So what I'm getting is that this is commenting on the need to have patience. If you are someone who has identified a plan and you're taking the necessary steps, those steps, they may be many, many, many small steps, but those are cumulative. But those small steps won't necessarily reveal the results you're trying to achieve. And I think it's because your goal is the results, and that is eventually, right? You can't achieve YouTube fame overnight. You have to show up and do the work. I'm getting due diligence and recognizing when your energy ebbs and flow. That seems to be the main theme for pile 1. Are you pushing too hard ahead right now? Or is the energy supported and you're simply in the wrong arena? Okay? We're really asking pile 1 to sense their energy. Okay? Sense where it's being directed. Sense if you're not receiving recognition in the workplace and seems to be some sort of creative block. When we achieve or when we realize creative blocks, we're really meant to take a step back because the energy is blocked, probably because there's an imbalance. Either we're pushing too hard, again in the wrong arena, pushing too hard, period, and causing an imbalance. And it's really important to sense these energies. Okay, I do want to wrap up this reading with some romance cards. I think it's always fun to see if there's someone thinking about us, if we can confirm perhaps this new love. So think about someone significant, or perhaps a crush in your life. Or maybe this can just confirm that those who are not single are in a great relationship. So could we get some romance readings going here for pile 1? Okay. Curious. So, one bad egg in the mix. We have playfulness, okay, recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Talks to me about people who are in relationships and need to sort of sense, relationships ebb and flow. That's a really important message. And I got that message from someone who had been through a divorce and remarried and had been in that relationship for at least 10 years. So very, very wise. She was my vocal coach. And it changed my opinion. I had a massive epiphany when I realized that I think relationships are so difficult to navigate without really interesting perspectives from people who have really been in them for a while. So this card of playfulness really says to sense, when you're in an ebb and a flow, and if you're in an ebb and you want to mitigate that, it's time to bring a little bit of fun and spontaneity, okay? Calling in your soulmate, to me, talks about this passion card. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations will help bring you together. It feels like pile 1, there are many people here who don't quite know what they want their future to be, and they're having problems visualizing it. And as a result, there seems to be some sort of stalemate or stale energy. So my advice is identify one thing you want. Really visualize that, and when that manifests, move on to the next small thing. I think perhaps you got really good at manifesting, and then you started identifying massive things, and perhaps your manifestation wasn't quite as strong. The skills were not as strong at that point. You thought it was going to come through really quickly and easily. And I think we're just trying to, not discourage you, but rather really encourage you to be a little bit more, not forceful necessarily, but take a more active approach to these visualizations by getting clearer about what you truly desire. Okay, because some of you, it really is love. Now, this final card here is deception. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship, and what I'm getting is it's not necessarily a relationship, but I'm getting that it's impatience. Okay, I'm seeing this as a battle with yourself right now. I'm seeing you having identified a plan or need to identify a plan of action at this time, and just be careful with yourself this week. Okay, try not to push forward too fast. Recognize where your energy is being supported and go in that direction. So this is the end of your reading, pile 1, and I really hope you liked it. If you did and you've made it this far into the video, you can give me a big thumbs up. It really helps support the message on this channel, and it helps my channel grow. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can purchase one by following the link in the description box, or you can email me and we can customize one for you. And until next time, stay divine. Hello, pile 2, welcome to your reading. Let's start off with some tarot. So what main message do we have over the next 7 days for pile 2? What do we want pile 2 to focus on? Is there anything pile 2 should be worried about? Is there anything they should be excited about? What main event is coming through? What main energy? Is there a person? What can pile 2 look forward to? Okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, potentially new love. Okay, so the additional message is if you really do desire love at this time, make sure that you feel worthy of love, okay? So this would be make sure that you have really digested the demons of your past, really cleared out the skeletons in your closet, because that will help you become an energetic match for this love match that I feel like you desire, okay? This could also be a creative gift, okay? This could be a creative gift coming to light, and most likely it's because you've transmuted again these demons of the past, these old emotions, old energies that were holding you back before. I see you rising to the surface. You guys have the blessing of the Ace of Cups, which to me talks about new energy in the field of love. And I also am really, picking up on these lotus flowers. To me, it talks about a person with a depth of character because they've been through some real low lows in their life. But like the lotus, they have gone through that really murky quagmire, really dark period of their life. They've gone through all of the water to reach the surface. The water represents emotions. So a lot of emotions. And you've come to the surface to start unfolding at this time, like this lotus. Okay, yeah. So, what we're really drawing attention with the Seven of Wands is your position of advantage at this time, okay? When we get the Seven of Wands, it can talk about a combative energy and perhaps against people who think differently than you, who have different religious views, different spiritual views, different ideas about how life should be, how you should pursue happiness. But the big message is that this figure is on top of a hillcock and they have all of these wands going up to them as if to be combated against, okay, fighting against, but you are on top, you are from the advantage, okay? And so what I'm getting is to be in a place in your life right now where you can continue this advantage, where you can continue to be able to speak authentically about your passions, okay? Wow, you guys also have another ace in your reading, okay? Ace of Pentacles in reverse to me talks about planting a seed of intention, okay? Planting an idea of manifestation. It is also the energy of needing to feel worthy at this time. I could sense that from this Seven of Wands in reverse. I think perhaps you guys are questioning whether love is for you, whether or not you're going to be able to get over this creative block, whether this relationship you're in is blessed. I sense surrounding this Ace of Cups is, energy of a little bit of second guessing, okay? Ace of Pentacles in reverse can talk about an opportunity coming in and you turning it down, okay? And I'm getting that you shouldn't turn it down, especially if it's a smaller opportunity. I apologize, my fingers are very dirty, I just realized. Was just planting some tomatoes. So maybe you guys are interested in gardening at this time. I think one way to uplift your energy is certainly to connect with nature and to build your garden, okay? I'm getting that there is new energy regarding creativity and career, okay? Talents coming to the surface, right? This could talk about a talent being blocked from a certain, time until you developed, right? Until you really got through that muck and dark part of your life to emerge and start blooming and unfolding. That's what I'm getting for pile 2 for this week, okay? The idea of needing to feel worthy of love, worthy of abundance in order to attract this relationship, in order to get over this creative block, okay? I also I'm just getting like, don't be too combative, okay? Because you are in a position of advantage if you have a better perspective, okay? If your perspective is one that is spiritual, most likely it's not important to engage with people who don't have an idea of spirituality, especially if it's coming to perspective shifts, right? If they are not someone who is mature enough to have a conversation about the things that you know about, it's probably not worth being combative with them, right? It's time to probably just, let that conversation die, okay? I'm also getting, planting seeds of intention. If you're trying to bring in a new job, I'm getting the idea of needing to manifest it and to dig a little deeper as to why you want to bring this position in and how you're going to do it. So the first romance card I have is reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Okay, I was sensing this with this, reversal of the Seven of Wands and the offer. I think some of you are going to turn it down. Okay, and you have just grown past them. Some of you are, hey, one last time in the sack is not a bad idea because it could help you really recognize that you truly are over them, okay? This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Okay, so I was getting that this Ace of Cups, regardless of the energy surrounding it, I sense a very good offer of love or a new beginning in love. And, saying that you've already met this person and someone's returning to your life, you'll have to use this to your discretion, pile 2. But I feel like someone powerful from your past left, or is returning, sorry. And the reason that they left was a powerful reason. It was a big deal when they left. It caused a lot of heartbreak. And you've been through a period of forgiving and learning at this time. And again, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. This is truly about learning because pile 2 has been through some dark times, but they have made a proactive approach to get through to the surface where you can breathe again, right? I'm hearing a Taylor Swift song, The Rain Came Pouring Down. Back when I was drowning, now I can finally breathe, or something like that. Now I'm finally clean. I cannot believe I butchered those lyrics. I literally took a summer to learn that song with a vocal coach. Anyways, that's what I'm getting, the rain came pouring down. And you're being cleansed. I'm getting sort of like you're a different person now, and perhaps they are too. Yeah, this reading has to do with love, okay? And I think it has to do with the fact that pile 2 has been through a period in their life where they have been respecting themselves more, respecting their boundaries, respecting their body specifically, okay? I think you were perhaps someone who used to suffer from anxious attachments, but now you're not. You're someone who can stand in your own authenticity, and you're able to discern whether or not this person is for you. So let's get some romance, or not romance, why did I say that? Maybe that's because you guys really should go after this, I know I said some of you, because this is general, are going to turn this offer down. I see that. But for some of you, you guys, you got together too early. You came together too quickly, and you had so many lessons to learn. And yeah, that's why I was getting by. It was a powerful separation. It's because you guys had a lot of attraction, right? It was a really, really, synchronistic relationship. It was fated, it was karmic, and potentially you guys are soulmates, okay? That's honestly what I get, especially because the first hit I got was you're getting an offer of love, and then someone's returning from your life. I know I already said this, and you've already met the romantic partner you seek. Now I am sort of a little bit beating a dead horse, but I don't know. I get excited for this. I really like what this looks like. I just think that you're going to have to really decide if the both of you have changed enough, if you've done enough growing apart, okay? Let's see this first card for pile. Synergy. Ooh, with Green Man. Yeah, there's this idea of needing to connect with nature at this time. Okay, pile two. It's really important to get your hands physically in the dirt, right? I think that's perhaps why, I called attention. You might not even be able to see how dirty my hand is. But I had that comment about being grounded and being in nature at this time in order to be really in your body so that you can sort of feel out this phase in your life, okay? Feel out this week and what seems to be coming for you. Because with Green Man and synergy, I'm getting that this could be a really powerful relationship. Synergy, it's like the two of you are coming together because you have unfinished business. You might not necessarily be in a romantic relationship, but there is something you're meant to do together still, right? This could look like writing a song together. This could be, doing some sort of career that really closely relates to one another, right? Perhaps they're going to help you with your graphic design for your business that you're building. Okay, and that's just one example. Let's see another. Oh my goodness. You guys have the rainbow. This card has never come out. This is so beautiful. I don't even know if I'm familiar with this card. It's so beautiful. I'm really drawn to the blue down here. And what we're getting is a blessing in this relationship, okay? That is the main energy that is coming through for pile two. This relationship is blessed, okay? Again, no rain, no flowers. What was I just saying, right? The rain came pouring down. Back when I was drowning, now I can finally breathe, okay? Because, that powerful transmutation took place. You really went through all the dark times, the dark night of a soul perhaps, or just simply a great amount of despair and loss because you felt the attraction and it was powerful. It was almost fairy tale is what I'm getting, but you still have something to do together. There's a lesson you're meant to learn or you have a future together. With Rainbow and Blessing, I'm sensing I would really sort of give this person a chance, okay? I think that this person does deserve a second chance. I'm also getting that you two deserve a second chance. Your relationship deserves this second chance, okay? I know your reading is a little bit longer than I was intending, but I really want to reach for one of these cards. I'm just curious. Let's see if we can get, I'm doing this iridescent. We got that beautiful rainbow coming through. No rain, no flowers. This synergy too is an incredible energy to work with, okay? It's like almost like Gaia, but like the masculine version. So let's see. Let's do you. I really, 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 really like you. Carly Rae Jepsen. Yeah, to me, this talks about an incredible love, okay? For some of you, they could have been a redhead. For some of you, they could have been very, very attractive in sort of a Greek aesthetic way. And what I'm getting is that everything you spent together, everything was amazing. From the moment you met, it was different, okay? All of the time you spent together, all the trips you took together, all of the evening dinners you made together, there was some extra note of magic that was in this relationship. And it had to pass because some of you had career things you needed to figure out, and the other party had a lot of relationship and emotions to digest because they sensed that they had an unsupportive father or their parents were divorced, and that caused a lot of turmoil in their in their inner world, which bled into the relationship. But, I really, 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 really like you. And I wonder, do you like me too? You guys could listen to that song by Carly Rae Jepsen. Okay, and this person, I think that the additional messages, they've been watching from afar, and I think that they don't know if they can approach you because of the reason that they ended this relationship, okay? And I think that you had a really emotional reaction and went through some low lows, okay? So this is the end of your reading. It was kind of more of a prediction about a person coming through this week, and I love to see that. I sense that that's really fun and exciting. But this is the end of your reading, pile 2, and I really hope you liked it. If you've made it this far into the video, you can give me a big thumbs up. It really helps support the messages on this channel, helps other people find these messages, helps my channel grow. If you'd like to purchase a reading of your own, you can follow the link in the description box or email me and we can customize one for you. And until next time, stay divine. Hello, pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's start with some tarot. So, what do we see coming this week for pile 3? What's the main energy? What's the main message? Okay. Let's get one more. What should we be worried about? What should we be looking forward to? Are there any interesting people coming through? Okay. Let's start here. An opportunity. Okay, so this looks like something in the regards of career and finances or a talent. Okay, so this could be an opportunity to put your talents on center stage or to take a leap of faith regarding this talent of yours, to use your voice to sort of like sell yourself. Like I'm getting like the idea of like exposing yourself, like putting yourself, up for like a promotion kind of idea. I'm getting the idea of like dusting off the piano and like working, with composing some music if that's a talent of yours. The Ace of Pentacles is really the energy of the body, the physical realm, money, career, finances, and it's like a boost of new energy in all of those realms. Let's see if we can get a little bit more information. Oh, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Curious, followed by, okay. So, Ace of Pentacles in reverse tells me that we are a little bit stuck in the quagmire. There's something impeding our growth, right? So I like to think of the lotus blooming through the mud, traveling all the way through the water to reach the surface to unfold and produce an unusually beautiful bloom. But here it's like there's something stopping us. It's like here's the seed and there's like a big board and we're trying as hard as we can to like burst through the surface and we just cannot get there. To me, this talks about the energy of needing to feel worthy of love, and when you're experiencing a creative block, to sort of let go. The biggest thing we can do right now is let go. Now I see opportunities coming this week, okay? We have two divine hands, two moments of answers, right? These feel like your guides offering you something that you've been asking for, and you're going to have to sort of figure out which one you want to keep. I get the idea that we can't keep both because you're asking for conflicting things, okay? There's an element of being trapped in your mind that surrounds this reading. The Eight of Swords, it really talks about needing to recognize that sometimes we can use our intelligence against ourselves by second guessing or by coming up with creative solutions as to why we shouldn't take action to clear our mind. It's oftentimes feeling like we're carrying around these swords, which could represent, self-limiting beliefs or relationships that you feel really guilty about letting go of, and harboring those emotions, guilt. That's never a good idea, okay? It's really important to recognize that you have the power all of the time to choose your emotional reaction. You might not have the power over events that had happened to you in the past, but you will always have the power to choose your emotional reaction to this, okay? I'm getting the idea that you feel a little bit trapped and burdened at this time, but you have two aces, right? Your guides are hearing you and they want to offer this, but it has this idea, there it is. Okay, so you guys really need to work on being in a better mindset, okay? Being in a more uplifted mindset, being closer to the vibration of love and optimism at this time will help unlock these opportunities, this new energy that seems to want to come in and help you. I'm getting the idea that you really are being heard at this time, and what you need to do is remove the swords. You need to recognize that these binds are loose and you can wriggle free at any time. It comes from an inner courage, inner strength, an inner will to want to leave this current energy behind. This is never an easy thing to do. Except it truly is, okay? Once you can sort of affirm to yourself that you want to not experience this anymore, This could be fatigue, exhaustion. I'm just getting the idea, though, that you're carrying through belief systems that you feel like you need to entertain in order to keep a certain circle of friends or relationships alive, and that's causing some burdens, okay? It's time to let those go. And, being in this despair, being trapped in the mind is that plank that I saw that's blocking this relationship from coming through, okay? Blocking, causing the creative block. It's our mind right now because you feel like you're a victim. And it's incredibly important to recognize that you're not the victim in a story, but you're the storyteller. Always. Regardless of your perspective, ever. Ever. And I'm someone who can say this because I've experienced a lot of childhood abuse in my life. No matter where you are in your life, no matter what has happened to you, you are never the victim. You are always the storyteller, and it is a matter of recognizing that. Again, sometimes we don't have control over the things that have happened to us or the people who have touched us inappropriately, the people who have hurt us. We don't have a choice. We don't have a say in that matter, except you will always choose whether or not you're going to allow this to burden you forever. You can let that go at any time, okay? At any time you can free yourself. This card is saying free yourself. It's saying to be able to recognize that this energy is not allowing your guides to answer you, okay? You sort of really need to work on uplifting your energy at this time. So I do want to draw a spiritual card. So, what do we want to tell pile 3? Do we have encouragement for pile 3? Do we have additional messages, especially regarding this upcoming week? Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Absolutely. Okay? This is the idea of freeing yourself, is it not? Remember we said, and it's literally unbound, and I said these binds are loose and you can free yourself at any time. That's a remarkable level of synchronicity, okay? It's really cool because look at this. She really is trapped in these binds, and you see these binds coming off these 3 figures, right? And they're loose, and she's ascending. She's getting out of that rut. And remember we were talking about these lotuses that want to emerge to the surface, but there's something blocking them. Look, they are now rising to the surface. You have the ability to do this by the upcoming full moon, okay? You could also use the moon to help you get through this. The moon is about revealing secrets. It's about the subconscious. It's about plumbing the depths to figure out what is this block, what plank is holding you down. And it is something you always have the ability to remove at any time. One more card for pile 3. Releasing soul patterns and contracts, to me, talks about this need to recognize that some things are meant to fall away, okay? And if you hold old patterns of belief because you think that's loyalty, because you feel guilty about that, drop it, okay? Truly. And I know I serve piping hot tea on this channel, but it's the only way that you can free yourself. Our minds are so advanced, yet we lack the understanding of them. Even the most intelligent people can have their mind, be something that they use against themselves. Where are you being called to journey to? Okay, this could be a time to seek out some silence, okay? To sort of really get to the bottom of this, right? We need to figure out what is preventing our growth at this time so that we can move forward. I want to draw some earth magic. This is for pile 3. What earth magic could be useful to pile 3? Karma. This has to, releasing soul patterns and contracts and past lives. This all has to do with karma. Okay, so this is a really big lesson, and try not to let these words that I'm about to share with you fall on deaf ears because it's super important. Right now, this event in your life, whatever you feel stuck with, whatever you feel stuck on, whatever you feel like is impeding your growth, whatever you feel like you are being a victim of, it's really important for you to recognize that you have the power to let that go because you are the storyteller. This is a really important message that goes beyond a 7-day prediction. This talks about someone recognizing their power and stepping back into their power and recognizing, from a literal soul perspective, you have come into this incarnation to figure this out, okay? I'm sensing so many different people I wish could see this message. You have to recognize no matter what has happened to you, no matter who has violated you, no matter what awful event has happened, no matter what relationship has fallen, no matter what suffering and pain you've been through, you always decide your emotional reaction. You need to decide to let this go in order to free yourself, okay? This has something to do with your karma. For DNA and karma and soul patterns and past lives to come out, this is an incredible amount of synchronicity to try to get pile 3 to recognize that they need to stand back on their power as a soul. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. It's incredibly important not to hold on to our stories that we tell ourselves, because if you tell the same one over and over and over again, you're just going to be bound up even tighter and tighter and tighter until you finally recognize that you have the ability to make this decision to leave that in the past, okay? And to free yourself. Beautiful message. I really enjoyed your reading, pile 3. I hope that you liked it too. If you've made it this far into the video, please give me a big thumbs up. It really helps support the messages on this channel and it helps my channel grow. It also helps other people find these messages that need to hear them too. And if you'd like to purchase a reading of your own, you can email me or follow the link in my description box. And until next time, stay divine. Hello, pile 4. Welcome to your reading. Let's start off with some tarot. So, what message do we have to share with pile 4? What is the main message this week? What is the biggest energy? What should we be anticipating? What should we be afraid of? What should we be excited about? What is it that we want to talk to pile 4 about? Okay, curious. So, needing to leave behind something emotionally, okay? I get that this has been something that is perhaps dragged on for some time. Let's get some more information though. Okay. Perhaps this is a job that is truly not fulfilling, okay? To me, the reverse of the 3 of Pentacles always talks about not receiving the recognition we deserve, okay? To me, it talks about not getting approval, not having a raise, not having an income that supports your financial dreams, not having a salary that matches your goals or your talent. Okay, now, not receiving the recognition in the workplace could also simply be because you're not in alignment with your career or the job you came to do, designed before you incarnated, okay? To me, it can talk about not receiving recognition because you should be in a different field, okay? Now, to me, this could be resisting the urge to just walk away. Okay, to leave this behind. I feel like work at this time, your job, is not fulfilling. And that's a big theme that's been coming up. I've recognized this over the last couple of months. This idea of being satisfied and in relationships, but mostly with the work that we do, because unfortunately, the majority of our time is spent working. Now, yeah, okay. So you guys now have a major arcana card, and that's a pretty big energy to come through as a weekly prediction. To me, this is talking about resisting the end of a cycle, okay? To me, this talks about recognizing that you are needing to leave some things behind, okay? And it would be so beneficial, pile 4, if you just could. If you could just have a little faith that sometimes things are needed to be let go go so that you can create space to receive something in more in alignment. Now, the way this works is because when you let something go, you free a whole bunch of energy. You're no longer directing energy towards that. And as a result, there is a vacuum, and the universe does not like vacuums, and so it wants to fill it. And it will produce results, leaving behind whatever this seems to be that's truly not fulfilling in your life right now. I'm pretty sure, because we have a major arcana, that you're able to identify what this is. And guys, I'm sorry if my fingers are really grubby today. I have been in the garden. I still have gardening to do, so I didn't want to clean out my nails. But yeah, speaking of gardens, the death card talks about the harvest, right? It really could be renamed rebirth, because sometimes you need to let go in order to reap the rewards, right? We have to go out and stop watering the garden eventually when things are coming to seed, because they need to dry out, to be cut, and then to be taken. And then again, there's going to be that void, right? Once we chop all the wheat down and harvest it, chop down all the hay and harvest it, the field has to rest for a little bit. And again, it's that vacuum. And then what emerges? New life, right? So pile 4, the best advice I can have is to just simply ask yourself some questions about, are you feeling fulfilled or satisfied right now? I think that this has to do with work, okay? But it could be in relationships in your life, and we'll draw a couple cards. But before we do that, I really want to reach for some earth magic. Okay. First card, stone people with vigilance. Curious. Okay. We'll set that one here. I want to grab another one. Vigilance. Wow. Stone people. To me, this talks about, if you're someone in here, this seems to be a message for someone specific. If you're someone in here who is in a career that you do feel is in alignment with you, but you haven't achieved recognition or some measure of success, I do think that it is because you're being tested right now. I think your integrity is being tested, okay? Your ability to produce significant or remarkable results day in and day out. And it's simply showing up to do the job at this time that is being required of you. However, for the vast majority of you, I don't recognize that as being significant to you. What I am seeing is the stones here and then the mason right here, okay? And to me, this talks about getting outside, right? What are the big difference between these two cards is he's working with stone and rock, in a basement, it looks like, underground, in the dark, right? Gosh, I feel like pile 4 is meant to be perhaps seen in the public's eye, or to not be so closed off from the world. It feels like you guys have something that you're very capable of doing, and you've been talented at it, pretty talented at it. I see that often with this card. I just sense it, like I want you guys to bring it out into the light. For some of my creatives in here, this could simply be moving your painting, from out of the studio to painting in plein air, I think is what the French call it. I think that would be really useful to you at this time, and I think it would produce some interesting results, right? There's something about getting outside, right? Right now, it's like, and that could be interpreted in so many different ways, but I'm getting this idea, if you're receiving, a creative block, if you truly don't feel satisfied or fulfilled with the work you're doing, I'm getting that it's necessary for you to do this elsewhere, right? It may just simply be your location. You may like what you're doing, but you're not receiving the recognition you deserve because, again, it's like you're watering this plant in the wrong place, right? Perhaps you're meant to move somewhere else. Wow. Okay, This card came out for the first time ever in pile 3, I believe. And now you guys also have the Rainbow Blessing. Now, what's interesting here is I see these cards being really, really linked. It's reminding me of Haystack Rock in Oregon. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Goonies. So now I'm being taken there, and I can't believe I didn't see the similarities between these cards before, but would you look at that, right? We have these haystack rocks coming out of the water, and the tide coming in right here. That's really remarkable. Okay, there's something significant about perhaps Oregon or the Pacific Northwest, or perhaps relocating. Okay, I think that you guys are interested in spreading your wings and stretching out and going somewhere else with this craft of yours where you can receive the recognition that you deserve. Okay, this rainbow is a blessing. It's pretty remarkable. I love to see this synchronicity right here. For some reason, I'm just really being drawn to talk more about that. And what I'm getting is a really sort of what is that? Oh, this is such a vague reference. Maybe someone here will know it. It has something to do with a walrus and eating scallops. And this is a cartoon or a TV show or just a little short movie or a comic. What is that comic? If someone knows what I'm talking about, you should leave a comment below. It has something to do with a walrus eating scallops. I don't know what that means, but to me it talks about something a little, I don't know what this is. It's really sort of creative, but in a way that almost makes me feel uncomfortable. Okay? I'm not really sure what that is. I think I'm going to let that message go. But what I am seeing is perhaps relocation, right? Maybe that's what we were talking about when I saw you guys, in the dark and, needing to come out into the light. Something along these lines. Okay, in order to be more emotionally fulfilled is what I'm hearing. I just sense a little bit of dissatisfaction, and I think perhaps you're preventing this new energy from coming in because we're resisting this, end of a cycle, right? Closing this chapter. Perhaps you feel sort of indebted to your boss or your coworkers, and you think leaving would do them a detriment, but, the best thing you could ever do is serve yourself, because when you stand in your authenticity and when you can be someone who is influential from a place of integrity, you will never be in the wrong, okay? It's really important to listen to yourself at this time. Rainbow with blessing, okay? That's very beautiful energy. This is sort of, kind of to me, I'm getting like synchronicity, so you guys could use rainbows in order to speak or communicate with your spirit guides. They also, I'm getting, have been talking to and encouraging and coaxing you out of the dark, out of this place where you're just not receiving the recognition that you deserve. That's just really what I'm seeing, okay? I will draw some romance cards because I've been doing that with the rest of the piles, and let's see what comes through for you guys, okay? So first card, chemistry. Ooh, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. Whenever this card comes out, I see you as being, this figure in the red cloak, okay? Someone who is very seductive and knows how to work with seduction, and someone who is a temptress a little bit. You really know how to allure and seduce people. And I see a figure coming into your life older than you, okay? And they have this ability too. And they are just simply a little bit more, you could say the word mature, but I don't mean to use that in a negative connotation. I just mean that they're older and have more experience and thus wiser, okay? But there's a connection between the two of you. Yeah, and look at this. We have this figure with a red cloak, and here's that red cloak coming through again, okay? This is curious. I wonder if you guys have a lover who's in the distance, right? Who you have to travel to see. And I wonder that you have, remained vigilant together, your love, and I think that it has really spanned the distance for a while. But this dissatisfaction and not being recognized is seeping into other areas of your life because it's time for some cycle to end. okay? Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith, okay? I'm seeing the red bow on her arm, and, we got Cupid in the corner here and Cupid in the corner here, and to me, I feel like you just need to trust that you are receiving the right signs and synchronicities at this time. I think the very best thing that Pile 4 could do is move on, okay? But, at your own pace, but I sense that you guys recognize this, okay? So this is the end of your reading, and I really hope that you guys liked it. If you did, you could leave me a really big thumbs up. It really helps support my channel, helps my channel grow, but it also helps other people receive these messages who need to as well. And if you'd like to purchase a reading of your own, you can follow the link in my description box or email me. And until next time, stay divine. Hello, Pile 5. Welcome to your reading. Let's start with some tarot. So for Pile 5, what is the main message we want to talk about? What is the main energy of their week ahead? What should Pile 5 be worried about? What should Pile 5 be excited about? Is there someone new coming into Pile 5's life? Ooh, this feels really good. Okay. Ooh, yay. Okay, good. I love to see this. This came out before, but in the upright position. You guys, the blinder is coming off. Okay, this is great. You guys have finally realized that you control your mind. You may not have been able to control what happened to you that caused a lot of confusion and feelings of guilt, but you do always have the ability to control your emotional reaction. Just as soon as you become aware of this, as soon as you become someone who is self-aware, this is really remarkable, Pile 4. I think that you are in for a week that your energy starts to shift and you start to see where you had been setting blockages before, and those, just know that those are only ever to help you overcome them, because if you can become aware of them, you can be self-aware. And if you can always be self-aware, then no one or no event can ever shake you. The Hierophant in reverse talks to me about occultism, okay? So perhaps at this time in your life, you're really interested in the mystical, okay? You're really interested in mystery and magic, and perhaps you identify as a witch or Wiccan. And what I'm getting is that you are having the courage to take the road less traveled on, right? To take the, what is the word? What is the word? You're rising above the status quo, okay? And I see you perhaps looking for a teacher who can help you master this ability to become self-aware. I also see you stepping up as a teacher in the field of occultism, because you're someone who has gained a lot of understanding regarding perhaps how to control the mind. Okay, you guys also have the Page of Pentacles. So to me, this could be a message coming through regarding an opportunity at work. Okay, but I also almost get that you following this occult path is leading you to a new career, but you're at the very, very beginning of it. It's just coming into focus. And at this time, I want to encourage you to explore, right? If at possible, it's the energy of seeking out new books, new reading material. For someone here who is a little bit more advanced, you should chant. You should chant Ad Gure Name, and research perhaps what that means, because it will help bring forward a new teacher for you, okay, in this field. Ad Gure Name, okay? And what I see is you and your abilities just coming into focus, or just starting to become very, very interested. And perhaps this is going to be a lifelong passion, okay? This occult nature, this taking the road less traveled, this being the black sheep in your family. But you know what, Pile 5? I love you guys, okay? Because you are recognizing your power within and that you are a mini God, you are a spiritual being having a human experience, okay? And I want to encourage you to go forth and, really explore at this time. I really feel like the energy right now for Pile 5 is to explore, to dip your finger into many pots and taste all of them, because that's the best way that you can gain knowledge at this time. And eventually you'll be able to apply it so that you can have wisdom. But right now it's truly about living your life as if it were a grand experiment. Let's get some earth magic for my lovely Pile 5s. What earth magic do we have for Pile 5? Are there extra messages, extra energy, insights that we could offer Pile 5? Reflection with winter solstice. Okay. What I'm seeing right now is this being mirrored. Okay. I'm seeing the water here and the swords and the tree trunks and the water here. To me, with occultism, I see scrying, okay? For some of you, this truly could be a talent of yours, scrying, or looking into a mirror, but you don't see a reflection, so you kind of look at it kind of adjacent. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. In a dim room, that can really help develop your psychic ability. I really want to tell you guys, though, to protect yourself psychically with black tourmaline, okay? Now, I'm also getting that this period of reflection has revealed this path to you. Okay, I'm also seeing childhood with innocence. That's beautiful. I also see a break in the clouds. Okay, illumination, enlightenment. I think that you guys are on a spiritual path. Perhaps you are just waking up to this. But whenever I get childhood with innocence, that's the most pure nature that I could ever pick up on in a reading. Children are very pure, especially with innocence coming through in this very pastoral scene. Okay, we even have the body of water there. Lightning on the horizon always talks about enlightenment, okay? Or, some sort of connection with your spirit guides. To me, I get a very pure soul, okay? I think that this isn't necessarily so much as a week prediction, though it could be for some. You could be calling in this new teacher this week, those of you who will use the mantra Ad Gore Neme. And what I see in addition is that you guys you're just very pure. You're empathic. And I think that this is something you're recognizing. I really want you to look out for perhaps this, opportunity, this message about perhaps this teacher, or, really, really the best advice I could give you right now is to take that class this week. Take that class that's online that you've been thinking about, or in person. Go to a sound bath therapy session. Perhaps even go to an occult store and see what classes they have to offer. I really want you guys to get your feet wet, right? I see you guys just dipping your toes in the water and being really, really interested in all of this. Now, I have drawn romance cards for all of the piles, but for you, I kind of want to use your time to draw a couple spiritual lenses, okay? I'm not necessarily sensing that this is someone coming through. It's a young energy, and I get that with childhood and innocence. So I think our time would be more wisely spent if I could pull some spiritual advice for you, especially since we have the Hierophant. Oh my goodness. Okay. First message. Align your life. What is not aligned and needs to change? Second message. The initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. You guys are on, there's that lightning coming through. Okay. And you guys are on the brink. I think you guys are, you're just starting your spiritual path, okay? And I think that all things occult, all things mystical are very interesting to you. And I think that this align your life, and I'm almost getting these messages rite of passage being connected to here with the reversal of the Eight of Swords. To me, this talks about, again, we're really commenting on the fact that you're getting your mind right, and the anxieties and fears and worries for the future and self-limiting beliefs are dropping off you like water off a duck's back. Okay, and I'm sensing you becoming in alignment. Okay, usually I take a very different read from this card because in an art direction sense, it is the odd man out, right? Which kind of makes sense for you guys. I see a little bit of a black sheep nature to you. And what I'm getting is that you're making all the decisions right now in your life that is bringing you towards alignment because you're very sensitive. And I think for a while, you were really held back by these mental blocks you put in your path because you felt like you had to do things the way that it had been done before, even though you truly felt that that was not in alignment with you. You've been through a period of reflection, or that's certainly what we really are calling for you guys to do this week. And as a result, you're really stepping into where you're supposed to be, where it's going to feel more natural, and at the very least, more inspiring. It feels new, okay? And you're crossing a threshold, right? This rite of passage, do you know what that is? It's becoming self-aware, okay? It is a superpower. Again, those who are self-aware will never be misled in their life. You can hear something awful on the news and not let that bother you. You can hear lies and read right through them. You can experience relationships that you need to let go and not feel guilt for doing so. Okay, now I do want to finish off your reading with some romance cards just because, I always think it's really fun to see if someone has a crush on us or that person in the gym, to confirm whatever might be on our mind in regards to love. You guys have past life relationship. You have known each other before. This is very seductive, okay? And I feel like you may not know this person yet, okay? But you have been making changes in your life that are drawing them to you, okay? I see the green, and to me that talks about the heart chakra. And to me, with the green and the innocence going on here, you are a beautiful soul, pile 5. I really like your energy. I just have to say that, okay? And I just think that blockages are being removed. It just keeps coming through over and over and over again. I see this big stones right here, these fractions here, all the stonework here, and then the opening in the clouds. That period of reprieve right there is being mirrored right here. You guys are stepping into a different period of your life, and it's because you have done it. You have done these things. You have made this path, your spiritual path, this inner growth, something paramount. And you have pursued it to the point where you are now seeing energetically freedom. Okay? I think for some of you, it is freeing this relationship to move forward, this person to step into your life. I get that they're maybe slightly older than you, okay? And just slightly, because I think for the majority of you, they are the same age, and it is chemistry right off the bat. I feel like you guys are going to see each other and feel like you've known each other before. It's just going to work really easily. Sometimes you have relationships that really just start off with a bang, and there's no real awkward phase. Especially romantically, I just get that you guys are going to click. Okay, that's the energy I get. So this is the end of your reading, pile 5, and I really hope you liked it. If you did, or if you've made it this far into the video, you could give me a big thumbs up. It really helps support my channel. It helps other people find these messages too. If you'd like to book a reading of your own, you can purchase one following the link in my description box, or you can email me. And until next time, stay divine.